Week 10, heading up to Indianapolis. After a win, let's see how this week goes. What is up, Finn fans? Like I said in that stupid cheesy intro, week 10, heading up to Indianapolis, going to face the Colts. They don't know what they have at quarterback. They don't know what they have. They have injuries. We have injuries. Going to do the usual. Got some tidbits I want to talk about with the Miami Dolphins. Then we'll go over the injury report for both teams, actually, because this time both teams' injuries is kind of important. 5 things the Miami Dolphins need to do to beat the Indianapolis Colts. Comment of the day, and then I got a special thank you for 2 of you guys that I really just want to thank. It's more for everybody, but yeah, we'll get to that. So let's jump into it. First thing, some big news that happened Wednesday. I kind of addressed it a little bit in yesterday's pick video, but I just want to talk about it a little bit more. Miami Dolphins claim 4th rounder from the Seattle Seahawks wide receiver Gary Jennings Jr. I like the move a lot. Obviously, Preston Williams is now on IR. He tore his ACL. Don't know the full extent, if it's a full tear, partial tear, but he is injured and out for the year, which really sucks. It's going to be about 9 months. Same thing that happened to Tankersley. Tankersley's still not back, but it's going to be about 9 months rehab. They're saying he should be back for training camp, but you guys know that. I already talked about that. Gary Jennings. Gary Jennings. It's going to be hard to not get those 2 mixed up. He's a 6'1" wide receiver. Ran a 4.42 40. 4th rounder. Stole him from the Seattle Seahawks. Like the move a lot. If this guy can produce, if this guy can do at least any amount close to Preston Williams, great steal for the Miami Dolphins from the Seattle Seahawks. And like I said about Tankersley, on Wednesday, they had to make a decision whether they were going to take him off the PUP or not, physically unable to perform list. They decided not to. They're going to keep him on it. And they also released Kimdichie. Kimdichie was out of shape. You know, they grabbed him from the Arizona Cardinals, was out of shape. They put him on the PUP. They noticed he got back into shape, put him on the field. Didn't see much from him. So I guess they saw it as just a roster spot and they let him go. Unfortunately, they could potentially sign him back. They could potentially bring him back. That's what the Dolphins are doing right now, especially because we're getting hit with the injury bug. People are going, people are coming. Things could change. But as of right now, yes, Kimdichie has been cut. So those are the moves that have happened. Also, you guys know Mark Walton suspended. But again, I already made a video on that. So let's talk about the injury report. Like usual, I'm gonna pop it up over my face. A lot of people are back. We have Daniel Kilgore's back. We have Rashad Jones is back. A lot of guys that were injured that weren't playing a lot are back, limited or full practice. The only one who didn't practice was Ken Webster. He's probably going to be out. For the Miami Dolphins, it's really encouraging to potentially get Rashad Jones back. He's been dealing with some type of injury for most of the season, and then he came back for the one game. He looked super rusted, super out of, not shape, but just out of the element. And Kilgore, to have Kilgore back and put Bohm at right guard, and then Dieter, if he can just pick back his game, that would really kind of fortify for the rest of the season the interior of the offensive line. It's the exterior, the tackles, that has just been real bad this season. But to bring Kilgore back and to bring Rashad Jones back would really help this team out. Again, for the guys that want us to lose the rest of the games and get that first overall pick, you probably don't want them to come back. But for people like me that want to win, you kind of want these guys to come back. So that's that. And then the Colts injury, real quick, just want to talk about that, have that pop up real quick. They're big names that didn't practice most of the week. T.Y. Hilton, Paris Campbell is not that big of a thing, but T.Y. Hilton, you have Brissett, who's limited for 2 days. And then you have Quincy Wilson also didn't practice. But T.Y. Hilton not practicing, he's probably not going to go. But Brissett, that's where we're wondering who's going to start. Is it Hoyer or is it Brissett? Hoyer or Brissett? And also they're a little banged up on their offensive line. I know their guard is dealing with some type of injury. So it really, we don't know. So what I see the Dolphins doing is preparing for both quarterbacks. But that's another thing I want to talk about really quick. Brissett and Hoyer both played on the Patriots while Brian Flores was there, while Chad O'Shea was there. Also, Dolphins offensive line coach Dave Googly Eyes, as I like to call him, it's Dick Googly Mo, was the Colts offensive line. So the Dolphins really can see what the Colts are doing offensively. We know how their offensive line works. We have their offensive line coach, and we kind of know how their quarterbacks work because they played with the Patriots, and we have a lot of Patriot coaches. But there's other things that go into this game. There's other things that could really affect this game. Their defense isn't anything to scoff at. Their defense isn't anything to be like, oh, we're going to do this, this, and that all over them, because it's not. It really isn't. But their injuries kind of will affect their play. Will it be as bad as the Jets? No. But let me get into my 5 things that the Dolphins need to do. I'll talk more about it while I go through each of the 5 things. So, again, no specific order from most important to least important. It's just what I was thinking of while I was looking up Colts things and looking up their team and looking up how they play. First off, we need to stop the run. Marlon Mack is a great running back. If they can get that going, if they could just run all over us like a bunch of other teams have done, it'd be very, very bad for us. But also, side note, last week was the second game in a row we held the running back under 100 yards. And to hold Le'Veon Bell under 100 yards isn't something to just laugh off, but it also is because he plays for Adam Gase, who hates running the ball. Makes no sense to me. But we got to stop the run. Marlon Mack, like I said, they can get that running game going. They can really tire out our defense, and that doesn't matter who's at quarterback. You start incorporating play action, all that stuff. On the flip side, the Dolphins need to run the ball. We've had a horrible game. I think the team in a whole is averaging around 3.7 yards a carry. That's bad. It's not good. It's just not good. But now with Mark Walton suspended for 4 games, who is active? Now, Laird has been active. He does play special teams a lot. Gaskins, is he going to finally be active? Is it going to be a lot of Ballage and Laird, Ballage and Gaskins? What are the combo we're going to see at running back? Cox, is they going to start doing fullback runs? This is the thing we're going to see. So when it comes to running the ball, we need to produce. Now, Ballage has been struggling all season. He's been struggling with stupid decisions on which hole to pick, stupid decisions on dropping the balls, ducking out of passes, stuff like that. I feel like Sunday's game would be a game where Ballage can come out and say, look, I'm learning. And I might be in a little bit of a sophomore slump, but I'm going to bounce back. But I really want to see what Gaskins and Laird could do. Laird had a very good preseason. We want to see what he can do. And Gaskins is a very good running back. So we get to see, but you got to run the ball. Same reason why we got to stop the run is the same reason we got to run the ball. Opens up play action, tires out their defense. We got to run the ball. We got to produce. Number 3 thing the Miami Dolphins need to do, they need to move on. I've said this, I think last week or the week before, moving on, as in you make a mistake, you move on, you don't stick to it. That's kind of what their thing was with the second half. Now I'm saying move on because you won. Don't stick to your morals. Don't be like, we won. Yeah. Move on. All right, we beat the Jets. Cool. On to the Colts. If you want to win this game, you can't stick to that. You can't all of a sudden get all up and high and mighty because you beat the Jets. The Jets suck. You got to move on to the next team and play harder than you did against the Jets because the Jets suck. They have a horrible head coach who makes stupid calls, who has horrible time management, all that stuff. You got to move on to the Indianapolis Colts because if you don't take them seriously and if you're all high and mighty, you're going to lose. So you got to move on. 4th thing, usual, I feel like this is, I don't even need to put this anymore because that TNT wall really works. No mistakes. The Miami Dolphins are the least penalized team in the NFL. The Miami Dolphins these last 4 weeks have been getting better in certain stats. I've had it in my video on Tuesday. Go back, check that out, where I break down Preston Williams, Mark Walton. I talk about the Dolphins. Great stats. Dolphins are getting better. The Dolphins are disciplined. The Dolphins have a bend, don't break defense. Better in the red zone at stopping touchdowns, all that stuff. Dolphins defense is getting better, so stick to that. No mistakes. Just keep being the least penalized team. Let the other team make their mistakes and let the other team shoot themselves in the foot. Keep building on that. And then finally, number 5, this is going to sound stupid. I'm going to sound like John Madden a little bit. Oh, what are you going to do here? You want to play a full game. Obviously, you want to play a full game. But last week against the Jets was the first time the Miami Dolphins played a full game and held a lead for a full game. Once we went up, once we took the lead from the Jets, we never gave it back. That's what the Dolphins need to do. They need to play a full game. You get that lead, you never give it back. I don't care if you're up by 1, by 2, by 3, however many. Once you get that lead, you keep the lead. Play a full game. Go into halftime, again, don't rest on your morals. Come in, Keep doing what you're doing. Keep playing like you're playing. Get those sacks. Force the other team to have bad snaps. Force that stuff. Play a full game. You do those things, you'll beat the Colts. Now, me personally, this game, when the schedule came out, I was scared of this game because they had Andrew Luck, they had T.Y. Hilton, their offensive line was really good, their defense wasn't anything to laugh about. They had those great linebackers. It's a good team. Malik Hooker, they're a good team. They're still a good team. They're banged up. They're not going to have T.Y. Hilton. We don't know about Brissett, but they're still a good team. Now, could the Dolphins win? Of course. Of course they could win. Having T.Y. Hilton injured, have him be as banged up, they could take complete advantage of it. Will they is the question. You guys want to know from me, will the Dolphins win? I feel like the Dolphins got their win and the Dolphins beat the Jets, and I'm just hoping they haven't won a road game in 10 games. 10 road games was the last time they won a road game. So if they do win, it'll be close. And if they lose, it'll be close. I'm going to pick the Dolphins to win. Just because I love my team, I love my Dolphins, I'm going to pick the Dolphins to win. But again, like I said, it's going to be a close game. I'm going to say like a 14-13, like really close game where it's going to come down to like Dolphins will be up like 13-7 and something will happen. Or no, sorry, Dolphins will be down 13-7. They get that final touchdown. They win the game. I'm going to pick the Dolphins to win because I love my team. But it could go either way. It really can. This game is not a layup for the Dolphins. For the Dolphins, no game is a layup. They literally are playing football with Baker. I'm trying to like name for you guys elite players that players that would start on other teams that they have on their team. It's like Baker, Wilkins, but everyone else. We're filled with practice squad players. We're filled with guys that are just fighting their butts off to make a team because they don't know if they'll be on this team next year because we're going to start adding the players we need, the pieces we need. So that's why we beat the Jets because these players are fighting for their lives. So yeah, it can go either way. It can really go either way, but I'm going to pick the Dolphins to win because I love my team. And if it's this close in my mind, I'm going Dolphins. Why not? Love my team. Be sure to comment below. Let me know what you guys think. 5 things you guys think the Dolphins need to do. Who do you guys have winning this game? If there's any Colts fans watching this video, comment below. Let me know. Is Brissett playing? Does that help or hurt your team? Let me know. Comment below. And then we get to one of your guys' comments of the day. And this comment comes from Axel, and he says to me, Dougie, do you think we'll ever see Josh Rosen play anytime this season? If so, when? That's a very good question. Now, Ryan Fitzpatrick popped up on the injury report. I didn't mention it at the beginning of the game, but he popped up on the injury report. There were some players that popped up on the injury report, like Christian Wilkins with a toe injury, and Fitzpatrick and stuff like that with his, I think it's his shoulder, his elbow. Ryan Fitzpatrick is old. You can see it in the games that sometimes he makes throws and you could see he had to put his whole body into it to get that ball out. His head and his football knowledge can't really match his physical attributes. So that's a lot of times when quarterbacks tend to, hang him up. Like Dan Marino could have probably went to Minnesota and played another year, but his legs were so shot that he was like, look, I'm done. I played a good 15 years. I'm done. Brett Favre, he continued. He took the Vikings far, but when you can't throw anymore as a quarterback, you're done. Now, I'm literally dragging this out. Rosen will play again. Rosen will play again because Fitz is slowly starting to feel the fatigue of the season. You can tell that the fact that he's popped up on the injury report, his arm is starting to get tired. His arm is starting to get dead. So yeah, Rosen will play again. When? I'll give it 3-4 weeks. We're playing the Colts Jets game. The one I'll be at. I'm going to that Jets game. Yeah, either Eagles or Jets game. Because Fitz is beat up. He's not going to make it through the whole season. I'm calling it. I called it before. I honestly thought that Fitz would start the season like he did, and then eventually his arm would get tired, and then Rosen would come in. It just happened sooner because we sucked. We were 0-4, 0-3 at that time. So, yeah, thank you, Axel, for the question. Before I get into that, first off, to all of you guys, I'm just going to get real mushy real quick. Thank you all. I just want to say that real quick. Thank you all for coming, hanging out when I do live streams. Thank you all for commenting below, regardless if you bash me, if you like me. Because I feel like if you bash me, you still enjoy the content, you still like me. You're just like, you're an idiot for saying what you do. Regardless, I want to thank you guys. I also want to thank you guys who share the channel. Now, I was on Facebook, which I'm going to spruce up my Facebook channel a little bit. I'm going to start using my Facebook channel. It's DouglieDoWrong. You can go check that out and follow me there. I was on Facebook, and to you guys, I follow a bunch of Dolphin fan pages. And one person asked, you know, who could I follow that's a YouTuber, a blogger, whatever, for Dolphin news? And two of you guys said me. And it felt amazing. It really felt amazing. And that's Mark Lyle, Lile. Sorry if I pronounced your last name wrong. And Cisco Mulero. Again, Mulero. I'm sorry if I butchered your name as well. You two, I saw that you suggested me. And I know besides them, a lot of you guys share my stuff, especially on Twitter. I see you, a lot of guys retweeting my videos and all that stuff. And before I go into my normal spiel, I just really want to thank all of you. It's going to sound really cheesy. I'm almost at 8,000 subs. My goal is to hit 10,000. I want to do this for a living. I want to make these videos for you guys for a living. I want to be able to have this be my job so I can go to road games. I can go to all these games and meet you guys. Like, I'm going to go to the Giants-Jets game here, so eventually, hopefully, I can meet you guys. But I just want to thank you guys, because without you guys, I wouldn't be doing this. And I do this for you guys. Like I said, in one of my previous videos, I started doing this because I was tired of people talking about the other team when the Dolphins would win, and that happened last week. Dolphins beat the Jets. Everyone was talking about Adam Gase getting fired, Adam Gase this, and I barely talked about the Dolphins. And when they did, they said we're stupid, we can't even tank right. So I do this stuff for you, and again, I just really want to thank you guys for that. But yeah, I'm going to spruce up the Facebook page, DouglieDoWrong. Follow me on Twitter. I'm sprucing things up. So while I'm on Twitter, I retweet things, talk to a lot of you guys there. I just broke 1,200 Twitter followers. Again, that's because of you guys. And thank you very much. I got in touch with Travis Wingfield. I would say me and him have like a Twitter friendship where we chat with each other a lot. And that's because of you guys. You guys turned me on into him. So thank you very much for that. But be sure to follow me on Twitter. Check out the Bit Boys. We've got some great content happening over there. If you like that, hit the subscribe button. We're close to 500. Again, it's because of you guys. I can't thank you guys enough. You guys put a lot of this stuff. This right here was made by one of you guys. I have one of your hats that you guys made. All Harvard Fight sent me. This was from one of you guys. Like, I have a box over here. I got to hang up stuff from you guys. You guys send me stuff. The Roadrunner with I just thank you. I can't thank you guys enough. You guys make my dream come true of doing this stuff, of taking my degree in film and making this stuff for you. So thank you. But check out the Bit Boys. Give this video a thumbs up because you think the Dolphins are going to win. Give this video a thumbs up because you guys are awesome. It lets me know that you like my content to keep doing what I'm doing. And I just really appreciate you guys. I really do. The merch is coming out soon. Again, I'm almost done. I'm thinking by next week I'm going to have merch up. You guys can go out and grab some merch if you want. Don't feel like you need to, but I'm not going to make it overpriced. Like $15 for a t-shirt, maybe 20 bucks for a hoodie. I got merch. I got a nice logo I'm going on. The back is going to stay classy, fins up. I got great stuff coming out for you. Check out DolphinsTalk.com and Sportscaster. Again, without you guys, these people wouldn't find me. And they did. And I got great sites. So be sure to go check them out. Hit that subscribe button because you're new to the channel. And thank you for watching these videos. I'm super mushy at the end of this video, but I just want to let you guys know I appreciate y'all. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. If you're still here, share the channel. Let's try to get to 10,000 subs. I also got the Patreon. I don't have any new ones yet to shout out, but I do have about 5 of you guys as Patreons, which again, without you guys, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. But other than that, I'm gonna go live tomorrow for a little bit for the Tua versus Burrow Bowl, because that's what it is. It's Alabama LSU, but we all know where we're watching it. And I'm gonna go live for the Colts game. So I hope to see you all tomorrow and especially Sunday, 4 o'clock for the Colts game. But like usual, stay classy. Again, one more time, thank you very much. And fins up.